Hey, can you guys hear me? All right, so you guys should be able to hear me by now. I just put the link in the chat if anybody wants to come in and try this out. It says you're muted for whatever reason. How the hell do I take that off? There we go.
Yo.
Good. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you breaking up.
All right. It might be the connection.
But other than that, your video's fine.
Is it still breaking up?
Yeah, it sounds like a connection problem.
I'm hardline, so I don't know what that's about. Let me check something out. I mean, the connection is good. It says on my end, but is it still staticky?
Yeah, it's still a little staticky. I can't. I don't know if it's a driver issue or I don't know. What are you using to talk on?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, that's better.
Yeah, basically I had to reconnect my Focusrite media box. So, all right, cool. That's better then. I think it's because I'm going through XPlay and YouTube and Hangouts at the same time. I think that's what the issue is.
Oh yeah, you're 100% now, man.
So basically, you have to take the sound off on YouTube so I can see the comment section without it replaying into my ear.
Yep, that's the exact same way I have it now. But you know, you can pop out the chat box from the live stream section on Creator Studio.
Okay.
If you go to golly, if you go to live events, you'll see the live stream you're doing right now.
Yeah.
You should be able to click it, and then you should be able to pop out the chat box. And once that's popped out, you can close everything.
All right, let me check and see.
Because streaming it while you're streaming it is also killing bandwidth.
Yeah, yeah. Let me see if I can. I'm going to get in there right now. In events. Okay, so I see it says Google Test Live Test. Yeah. So I hit edit.
No, the one beside edit. I forgot what it's called.
There isn't. It says
something
resume
dashboard or something.
Let's see. It only has cards, basic information, live control room, maybe.
Live control room. There you go.
And
on the bottom of that, you should see the chat box. If you scroll down to the bottom,
yeah, I see that there.
You can pop that out with the 3 dots on the top right of the box.
All right, let me open up the screen more. Okay, pop out and then pop out a chat, right?
Yep.
All right.
Make sure it's the real one, because I think it also gives you an option for popping out super chat, which is something totally different. Like super chats have their own.
Okay, and I can close out of the whole thing now, right?
Yeah, that won't affect it as long as you have your Google Hangout window open still.
Yeah, that's open. Yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop using XPlay because I think that's what's pulling it too, and then just go directly through Google.
Yeah, that's what I've always done. But yeah, if you pop it out, it helps. It makes it so much easier.
So how does it switch between screens when people are talking? How do you set that up? Or is
it'll do it automatically. Like right now, I think you got it locked on me.
Okay.
But whenever you click on someone, you'll see that little white box come around their video screen. That means it's locked on them. So if you click on it again, it'll make that box disappear. Then it'll switch between whoever's talking.
Oh, okay. Oh, I see it now. Now it's doing it. All right. Yep. It was locked on you before. That's fine.
Yep. Oh yeah. Google Hangouts 101. Go ahead and hit me with all the questions, man. This is one thing I might be able to help you with.
Yeah, it's not that bad actually. I just had to get around the whole XPlay thing because they want you to pay for it, and I don't feel like paying for $200 for something I'm not going to use that often. So
I don't even know. I've never used that. I have no idea what XPlay even is. I don't know if it's some third-party streaming software. The only software I've
Yeah.
ever used is Wirecast Go from my cell phone on iPhone. That works fantastic with Google. I mean, with YouTube.
Well, I tried doing it through my phone, but it just the app I was using actually stopped working on the phone. I forgot what the hell it was, but I haven't been able to find one that works for Android anymore.
Yeah, I don't know about Android one. I know Wirecast Go is actually one of the third-party options that's already built into YouTube. So whatever interface they have, it works so well to where you can schedule an event on YouTube and then pull it up on your phone and it'll find it based on your login and you can join your own event. So it works really well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to be starting a weekly live stream for my Patreon, so I wanted to make sure I got this locked down before it was kind of wishy-washy.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. This is not 100%. Sometimes this Hangout stuff will completely just go down. Like Google will just have like a server failure or something, and no one's Google Hangout will work. So if you're gonna do it, make sure you kind of keep that in the back of your mind.
Yeah.
You're gonna use this as your primary, because when I used to do the Reef Shack thing on Wednesdays, it became a scheduled thing, and then one Wednesday I just couldn't get it working, and it was a network issue. So
yeah, I'll have to keep that in mind. Probably have like a backup plan regarding time wise, but
especially if it's gonna be for paying people, because they're gonna be like, whoa, wait a minute, you know.
Yeah. I was gonna do like local stuff, like I was gonna do it live just with general the regular subscribers, but it seems like every time I go into one of those chats, there's a troll just being a complete dick. So, and it ruins it for everybody else. So I figured keep us secluded.
Yep, you got it right.
Yeah, man, that 300. I got to order a whole bunch of crap for it here soon. It's just sitting there empty, doing nothing.
That's the best part, man.
Yeah, it's gonna take $700 just to get water running in that thing.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at it when I asked you a question. I was like, that damn thing looks like it's 8 feet long.
Oh, it is 8 feet long. I mean, the sump and stuff will be here by the end of this month, and it's a geo sump. It's the red, white, and blue. It's a custom whatever. I don't know the exact name of it, and then it has the ATO and the calcium reactor. But I still got to get the return pump. So just the plumbing alone, plus the ATO and the salt. It's going to take 3 boxes of salt almost to get this thing full. So it's with all that, it's almost $700.
Everything's on such a bigger scale with a tank that big. I'm curious on why you didn't go with the normal 3 foot width 300.
I wanted it to be taller. I like the taller. Basically, I like it now because when I stand next to it, it's actually taller than I am. So it's like it's like being at the
so it's still kind of eye level. It's kind of perfect eye level for you.
Yeah. So because on the 125, I kind of had to bend down. Even though it was a 36-inch tall stand, I still had to bend down to look at it. This one, I could actually stand up straight, and have it right in my face. I just because the width on this thing, once you get over 24 inches, you gotta the lighting is an issue. I know on the Gen 4 Pros, it's 36 inches by 36 inches coverage, so I can actually put 4 on there and get good coverage. But obviously, it's going down 30 inches, so I kind of have to take that in consideration. That's why I was going to add the T5s.
I see what you're saying now. See, when you look at it like that, I mean, then you're still in the same boat as lengthwise. Odd lengths. I hate 5, 7, 9. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Any of those lengths, the lighting, you got to actually get an extra fixture. It's a waste of fixture. So, yeah.
It's and plus, I mean, I'm thinking, with those 8 T5 bulbs being on there, 2 around each side of the, the 2 fixtures. I mean, I'm hoping, the T5 is not going to give me par depth, that 31 inches, definitely not going to, but it's going to fill in the shading that the LEDs are missing. So I'm hoping that will be okay. Because worst case scenario, I'll have to buy 2 lights per section, and there's 4 sections there. So, 8 radions is just ridiculous, man. Even at wholesale, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's too much damn money. Now, 24 inches front to back, I think you'll be fine. Honestly, you probably won't even need. I bet you won't even need the T5s. I bet you won't.
Yeah.
How you mount the lights? How you mounting those radions off of it?
I'm gonna be building a canopy just like my previous build, the same exact setup, just taller a little bit, and then I'm gonna retrofit the T5s in there, and then put the LEDs in between the lights. So there'll be 2 lights on each side of it. I think that. It should work out fine. It's pretty much the same setup I had on the other tank, minus bulbs on the front side of the lights.
Yeah, the other one you had was 18 front to back though, right? It wasn't 24.
Yeah, it's 18, and then I just barely fit the
Right.
T5 fixture in there. But that wasn't retrofit; that was a fixture, so it took up more room than it actually needed.
Yeah, I got you. I got you. Yeah, that's gonna be dope, man. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if you don't need it, because when I look at that and I think about my 24 inches front to back on that 120, the those Ocean Revive, those those knockoff lights, I had decent spread on the back. It wasn't enough, but it was decent. So
I
don't
was
know
thinking
how
about
you're gonna
getting
have
those
them.
lights.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
Yeah, I was thinking about it, but it seems like everybody either has those or the SB Reef lights, and I kind of like. It's just weird. I mean, I have nothing against using cheap lights. Obviously, I built my entire system before on that, and then the frag system. Because I have so much, I wouldn't say perfection, but I have so much, tiny details into this build already. I'd hate to throw cheap lights over it just because it's kind of goes against the whole theme.
Yeah,
but
no
I mean,
doubt.
I would love to pay $800 for lights, or even double them up, put 2 and put 8 on that thing, and that would still be half the price of what it's going to cost for these freaking Radeons.
Yeah, it would, man. The only thing I wish that's the big thing. The SB Reef light. I watched that video you did when you interfaced it with your Apex, and I looked at the inside of the Ocean Revive. It's not made. The drivers are not made the same. So I
Well, it
couldn't.
doesn't. It doesn't. It has a knob drivers, right? They're not 0 to 10.
No, it's not a. It's not. Yeah, well, it is knobs, but it's one knob on the front. It's not the 2 knobs on the top. It's
Okay.
like it's different. I can't explain it.
Well, I saw a picture of the top of those the other day, and it looked like it had 2 knobs on one side.
No. There's no.
Okay.
Yeah, there's no knob. There's only one knob on the side where the LCD screen is. How you can press it and then turn it. And one push knob.
Oh, I'm looking at maybe maybe the version that doesn't have the LCD screen. Maybe that's what I was looking at.
Maybe. Yeah, I'm trying to think. Well, I'm thinking even the older version, because I had the very, very first one, the 247A. They didn't have it. But either way, it doesn't look like it's compatible. If I could get those to work with Apex, that would make those lights that would finish it off for me. But
yeah, well, yeah,
right.
if you can get those on Apex, man, that'd be golden all day. It has controllability between blue and white channel, doesn't it?
Yes, it does, but I don't know how to make it connect to an Apex. So that would be something. If you could figure that out, that'd be a hell of a video.
Yeah, I did it for the Aquamars and the SB Reef light. So as long as it's 0 to 10, it's fine. And I would imagine they would do 0 to 10. I don't see any reason why they wouldn't. You just have to find the wires.
Right.
Maybe I'll get a set of those for the frag tank eventually and see. I mean, I got other tanks that are going to be coming in here. I got another frag tank that I'm actually getting that's 4 foot by 6 foot, and I got to find room for that. For the hopefully the Reefapalooza is next year. So I just got my table today, but I want to be able to get enough coral in to be able to bring to that.
Yeah,
and,
you got plenty. You got plenty of room down there, man. You got like a floor drain too, like slanted away from everything to where.
I don't have a floor drain. No, I have this gutter ravine thing out back. It's like completely covered in grass, but it's like a washway. So I just run the hose all the way out there. And
okay. I was meaning like if something spilled or something, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Have it all going like sump pump and.
Yeah, I have a shop vac. That's about the extent of anything that spills. I'm trying to, I've had a couple spills on here, but I mean, if that 300 goes, there's not really much I'm going to be able to do.
Right. So, yeah, you're going to be surfboarding. No joke.
Yeah. Well, if that new RODI barrel goes too, that'd be, it's still, I'm actually going to use, I'm kind of glad I got that because I'm going to use half of that, that entire barrel to fill up this tank and then throw the RODI tube in there and let it fill up the rest of the way, within the 24 hours or so. But, I just actually, the rock it's what, 8 weeks in. I actually was kind of laying out my aquascape the other day while I was cleaning the rock barrels. And, I don't know if I'm going to have enough rock now that I look at it, 200 pounds.
I think you will if you build more than a normal scape. You know what I'm saying? Instead of just stacking them, if you do like you did your last one and epoxy them and made weird shapes.
Yeah. Well, I got acrylic rods that I'm going to be using.
Yeah, I think you'll be all right if you built some stuff like that. And I think you said you wanted 20 tangs or a bunch of fish swimming.
Yeah.
So a whole bunch of big, large swim throughs. I think you'll have enough rock.
Yeah. I was laying it out, and I'm like, after I had it in front of the tank, I was like, well, maybe not. Maybe 200 pounds isn't enough. But I mean, I'm gonna make it work because I don't really have the extra cash to go be, buying, more $3.60 a pound rock. So.
No, it ain't cheap. It ain't cheap at all, man. Hell. I get lucky on mine. Listen, I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to make it or not. But you remember I had that algae issue because I screwed up during my cycling on my Picani. I didn't do water changes.
Yeah.
that blackout killed all the algae, and I got my lights back on now, but at very, very low percentage. I'm wondering if I'm going to run into that same issue again,
Well,
or
I mean,
if water changes, if I'll be able to avoid it coming back.
well, that's the thing is, I mean, the blackout kills the algae because it can't, photosynthesize
Right.
and it dies, but that doesn't get rid of the nutrients. So if you do big water changes,
Right.
Now that you have the lights lower, you continue those big water changes. That
Right.
will remove those nutrients. It's going to be pretty much a waiting game, getting because the nutrients are in the rock. It's not on the surface of the rock. So,
yeah, that's kind of my plan. I bought a couple boxes, 200 gallon box of reef crystals, and I'm gonna start hitting it with them 44-gallon water changes. That's what I'm gonna start hitting it with, and keeping the lights low. I don't have corals yet, so.
Well, I mean, I would even just leave the lights off and let the tank be open. I mean, the fish, I mean, even the room in the tank, I mean, the light in the room would be fine for the fish. I mean, I'm not going to have lights over this thing probably a month or two after the thing's even running because I've got to wait for it. But you'll be fine with that.
That's kind of what I've been doing. That's what I was doing when I had it blacked out. Just using the ambient light in the room, and that's how I would feed them. You know what I'm saying? The fish could still see. Yeah. And then if I really wanted to look at the tank, I can click it on while I'm home for an hour and look at the fish. But other than that, I just turn it off. But
yeah.
I
mean, the light being off definitely kills the algae because it can't produce, grow, but it doesn't get rid of the source, which is the issue at the end of the day. So, but I think with the water changes, you'd be more than enough. I mean, I've been doing 50% water changes on those 2 barrels for 8 weeks today. Would be on those barrels. I got another 4 weeks because I don't really have a choice. But I mean, the water just started getting clear, and I did a water change 50% 2 weeks in, and then every week after that, and then today was the first time it actually started looking clear. So that just goes to show you how truly dirty that shit is.
Yep. If I could do it again.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we all live and learn.
But are you checking yours with the phosphorus checker, the Hannah, the ultra low?
Oh, not yet. I won't be testing those until I probably won't test it until I'm about to put it in the tank, just to get a general idea. I mean, water clarity is really where I'm starting to, notice that, hey, if it's not dirty, that means that it's starting to, and the smell is gone, of course. And then, it seems pretty good. What's this question here? Let me see. Well, as long as you're not getting an ammonia spike, that's definitely good. Nitrates. How old is your sponge filter? What are you using to test, or not test, but what are you running for filtration in there? Because if you're getting nitrites, that means that the beneficial bacteria to process nitrates isn't all the way there yet. So, as long as you're not getting any ammonia spikes in the quarantine, you're fine. That's the one thing that sucks about quarantine tanks is that you have to, you can't, do big water changes if you're medicating, because then you dilute the medication. So it's kind of like, do you starve the fish and then keep the medication, or do you, feed the fish and deal with the, the ammonia spike? But if it's a hang on a back filter, do you have any kind of biological media in it? Any kind of like bio balls or those little spheres that people use? And are you using copper in the system or no? I hate the delay on this YouTube stuff, man.
It is delay. I think you can go into some of the advanced options before you go live. Well, I'll tell you about that after you answer.
Okay.
But there's a way you can slow down that delay.
Yeah, if there's no copper in the system, you're basically cycling it right now before you add fish, and I'm guessing that's what you're doing by adding the ammonia. Yeah, man, just let it run out. The fact that you're getting nitrates means that the bacteria is processing. So there's a bacteria that breaks down ammonia into nitrites, and then there's another bacteria that breaks down the nitrites into nitrates, and that's what it looks like by your numbers that you're kind of transitioning over. So I would give it a little bit more time to cycle before you add any fish. Once the fact that you don't have any ammonia means that you could be safe to put a fish in, but because the bacteria isn't as I would say big as it should be, or as much of it as you need, you might get an ammonia spike because of the fish. So I would wait a little bit longer until you have just nitrates, and you should be good to go. So hopefully that answers your question.
All right. Do you have, or can you open the Creator Studio again?
I'm in here on the separate link. Remember how it moved me over? So.
Yeah, I get you. I don't know if you can do this as an option while the stream has already started. But I know for a fact you can change it as an option while you're scheduling the stream before it starts.
So basically, to make it so it has instant.
Yes.
So I can see that. Okay, yeah, because that delay makes it like you're answering a question and then
it's
you can't.
20, 30 seconds sometimes.
Yeah, it's a little frustrating.
You've been on a whole different conversation, and people just
before it's done. Yeah, that's a little frustrating. Yeah, I'll check into that once we're done here.
Yeah, but it's under the advanced settings. When you look in there, you'll see it. It's under advanced whenever you create an event, and you will see on the bottom right, streaming optimizations. Choose the one for ultra low latency. You can't do DVR or anything with it, but it's instant.
Oh, okay. Now, what's that? I wanted to ask you that I'm going to be starting a nano tank build here once we get the 300 going. That one that you gave away, how'd you like that build quality of that one?
Which one? Because I gave two. The JBJ or the mode one?
JBJ, the rimless one.
I liked it, but I didn't actually have water in it running. And I spoke to some people. They didn't like the filtration compartment. They said the pump didn't work and all that stuff. I've been using this mode aquarium one for like 4 or 5 months. It's good, man. It's a nice looking tank, but the back section is very, very small. So
okay, yeah, I see that. Is that the one? That's the one on the screen right now, right?
Yeah, that's the 9 gallon. This is the 9 gallon one. They have bigger ones, but I'm not really sure as far as that company though. You know the worst part about it, man? I did that contest and they didn't freaking honor the giveaway.
For the JBJ or the other one?
No, for the mode. The JBJ I already had, I sent.
Yeah.
The mode one, they said they were going to send it to the person who won and not to me to save me shipping. I was like, cool. But I sent them the person's stuff and they never sent them the damn tank. So that's some shady stuff. So I wouldn't even.
Kind of weird.
Yeah, I wouldn't even buy nothing from them. That's why I'm not even saying nothing else about their brand. You know.
That's kind of rough.
Yeah, it is, man. It is.
See, I have people who come out, out of the woodwork all the time, looking, for sponsorship stuff. But I have to be careful because you are who you associate yourself with. So you have to be careful, who you actually participate or be with. So that's kind of where I'm, and I'm not trying to be an asshole either. I mean, I don't want to give free promotions to people at this point because I've been doing it for how long and getting absolutely nothing in return. So if you really want a product to be showcased, then either I get the product or you pay for it per video,
right.
Or vice versa. Like I got the tank and the stand and the sump and stuff for for advertisement purposes. So it's kind of it works out well.
The longer you're on here, the more you start realizing that.
Yeah. Well, I usually let the comment section go too, pretty to a certain extent, but I've been just running into some strange people, and now I used to be like, well, he's just an idiot, ignore him, but now they just keep coming back. So I've been at the point where I must have like 100 people blocked from the channel.
That's the 10K. I think as soon as you hit the 10K subscriber mark, after that everything changes.
Yeah, everybody's been coming out of the woodwork, man.
I swear it does, man. I disabled mine for a good month and a half. I completely turned mine off. I was going to be done with it, but it's just too many good people that reach out, and you don't want to punish them for the trolls. You know what I'm saying? So I just turned the comments back on, and my block list probably has about 230 people on it.
Now the thing is, do you basically check every comment that comes through the YouTube interface there?
Yeah, I had it to where everyone could just comment and it will automatically post. I didn't have to approve it or anything as long as it didn't hit any of my blocked words like racist stuff. You know what I'm saying? But other than that.
Well, I actually have everything go through the approve at this point. I didn't at first, but there was just some strange fellers, man. I mean, chop it up to that.
Listen, put it this way. If you're getting that much stuff and you do things by the book, imagine the hell I see on mine. With all the stuff I do that people don't like.
Well, that's another thing that I notice is it's like nitpicking, like grammar and every little thing that you say. If it's not, if it's not correct or if the video is a little too shaky, there's always one guy like, man, this fucking video, dude, it's too shaky. I'm like, dude, just shut. It's like I understand why all the big companies. I know that Mr. Saltwater, he turned his off for a long time, didn't he?
He did.
Back in the day.
It was off for like a year or two. I think
making everything go through the website. And I'm not going to do that because I'll just delete and block these people. It's not a big deal, but it's just interesting to see who comes out of the woodwork. Once I started this 300 gallon, it was going to get bad just because of the sponsorship. And wait until they see the sump. You think it's bad then. And It's just it's gonna be horrible. I know it's gonna be, but it's so it is what it is at this point.
Man, I feel you. I feel your pain, man. And you know the worst part is you can go through and block them. That's fine, and that saves all your subscribers from seeing the stupidities. But it doesn't save you from reading it over and over and over and over. And that's the part that builds up and makes you just want to take a break from the comments. That's the part people don't.
Oh yeah, I understand. Sometimes it's so bad, like some of this stuff. And I have a pretty thick skin, but sometimes I'm just like I gotta walk away and stop making videos for a little bit.
Right. So you get it. I understand, man. Hey, man, we can start once you get over 10K, little therapy group. We can all just so that way our comments stay on. Otherwise, man, we ain't gonna make it.
Oh yeah. And it's kind of crazy. I mean, I started this just to share the hobby, and then it kind of evolved into what it is now. But I mean, I'm hoping that by time Reefapalooza in June, I'll be over 20K. That'd be pretty sweet. It'd be a nice little get together for those people who can make it there. And that's another thing. It's really strange because when I had people over on Saturday to help move the tank, like there's a lot of these people. I don't know. That's probably loud in the background. I don't know what the hell that is. But basically, it's like it's weird having people come up to you and like want to talk to you. And it's like, dude, I just make YouTube videos, man. It's not, believe me, it's nothing special by all means. And that's another thing that I kind of have to.
When you still see yourself as just the same normal guy you were when you had 2 subscribers, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. To me, nothing.
Yeah. I haven't been to any of those things, and I don't plan on it. But more power to you.
Well, I'm doing it because it's good for the business. Basically, we're getting a table and we're gonna sell coral and shirts and all that kind of stuff. And I just I haven't been to any big events yet, and people are like, hey man, you're gonna come to this, and I'm always like, no, I'm not gonna. So finally gonna do it this time around, and hopefully.
Yeah, well, that exposure, getting your name out there, man, and some shirts, and you'll end up having a following, a little cult of Fisher Hex people with shirts on, follow you around and stuff. But that'd be cool.
That's so weird to say that too. That's just the weirdest thing.
Listen, man, believe it or not, you got probably at least 30 to 50 people out there that are like got your back more than you realize they got your back. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like if you was going to get into something, like they would all come out of nowhere to help you. Like don't discount it. You got people that's really out there and they got your best interests.
Yeah. And then it'd be nice to what was I gonna say? Basically these it'd be nice to like meet somebody who talks shit on YouTube, like and you don't know it, right? And Fisher Hex Group, that's funny. But like to meet them and they'd be like, oh, you're the troll, like but no one's ever going to say anything to your face because that's just the reality of the internet. But it'd be so nice to meet somebody who was actually, because I know around here since I started this stuff, like all the people who like in the beginning when I have no subs that like run businesses and stuff around here, they just kind of stopped talking to me like altogether, like just disappeared. I don't know why. I don't know if it's the competition or whatever it is, but it's just a lot of people have been just kind of, I wouldn't say coming up missing, but
well, competition, man. You're growing, and it's not stopping.
Well, that's the thing.
Every bigger tank you get, it's gonna keep growing bigger and bigger.
Yeah, I mean, I don't feel like I'm competition. I mean, I basically just run the YouTube channel, sell coral off of my subscribers, and the word obviously spreads through that, successful transactions and stuff. I understand that, but it's I'm not sure why anybody else around here locally would feel upset about that. If you feel intimidated or whatever, make your own goddamn channel and fucking promote yourself. I mean, that's how it started.
Man, it's 2017. If they're not promoting themselves through every social media avenue, then that's their fault.
Yeah, well, that's it is what it is. But
you're all right. Luckily, you're your own boss. You ain't got to worry about nobody. You ain't got to deal with nothing. You do what you want to do. So
yeah, well, unfortunately, I mean, as much as I would like to keep it in house, I'm gonna have to hire somebody for next year because at least a cameraman, somebody who's professional with that. Because with this whole Reef Tank for Veterans thing, I mean, with everything going on, the last thing I ever think about is making a video. And then when it comes down to editing, I'm like, well, now I got to show my damn frag tank because I ran out of video because I was too busy not videotaping everything. So, hopefully, I can figure that out. They're not going to charge me an arm and a leg.
That's all right. Billy Pipes is ready. He's ready, man. In the comments, he's got the camera.
That's right. That's true. If I need like a 6-foot dude behind me, just hovering over me with a camera, that's what I need.
Go. It's all about the angles, man.
Yeah. But I'm gonna put this link in here if anybody else wants to. Hey guys, that's a link if anybody else wants to come in and hang out for a little bit.
Yeah, somebody else need to hop in here. This is a great way to burn my last few minutes of work. I'm getting ready to get out of here in a second.
Yeah, I'm going to be hopping off here in a little bit anyways. I just wanted to test this out for my weekly stuff. I'm probably going to be back on tonight. What time is it? It's only 4. Probably back on tonight at 9 just to do a little bit of Q&A stuff. It would be nice to get people to come in and, ask questions stuff. Are you driving while you do that, Billy?
I'm always driving.
He's a veteran driving on Hangout.
So Billy's gonna fucking T-bone somebody while I Fish of Hex live stream. This is great.
You never know what's gonna happen on a live stream.
Is that fucking Santa Claus? Who's that? Oh, Billy. Jesus, man.
Beard.
Yeah. So, so it's only 4 o'clock, man. It feels later than I've been up all freaking day. I haven't got anything done. I was actually going to sit down and make my coral saw video tonight once the kids go to bed because that's the only time I can record anything when they're not stomping. So I think I'll do that tonight, or maybe the live stream. We'll see.
Voiceover, man. That's the only way to do it.
Yeah. Yeah. Billy, where are you going?
I'm headed home now, finally.
Oh, okay.
How many pipes you unclogged today?
Oh, dude, today it almost actually I had to videotape where I was because it almost got physical at the job site.
Oh, dang.
Another carpenter showed up and started pushing it was a pissing contest.
I say, why would you get in a fight as a plumber?
Let him finish his story, man. He got my attention.
It's just another general contractor that was on the job when he shouldn't be. The customer never told us that she had another permit pulled for a completely different remodel going on at her house, and by law you're not supposed to have 2 plumbing permits on the same job. She never told us that, so this guy showed up and said, "You're supposed to be doing this, this, and this," and I said, "You see this contract? This is what I'm supposed to be doing." "Oh, you're doing it wrong." "Really? I've been doing it since 1996. Well, I came to America in 1995, and I said, "Oh, okay. Well,
welcome to America."
What does that have to do with plumbing?
What's that have to do with plumbing? I mean,
he's like, "You got some balls," and I was like, "Really? Okay, here we go." Turn on my phone, start recording, put it in my chest pocket.
That's cool. Yeah, it seems like no matter what you do, you gotta record everything.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there's always somebody out there that pushes their chest out.
That's a good idea. Your first thought was to record it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yep. I said every time I put my phone right in my chest pocket, hit record, and then let them say whatever they want to say.
Yeah.
Because usually when I get into somebody's house, if it's a situation like that, because of my size, they automatically feel intimidated, no matter who they are or what they do for a living or what they feel a little intimidated. It's not my fault, I'm sorry I'm so big. So sometimes I actually have to sit down when I argue with people.
It's too bad it's only your physical height that someone has ever thought that.
Sorry if it's loud. I'll mute myself, but
no, it's not a big deal.
I'm on Route 80, headed to Lancaster to go.
All right.
Huh?
It's time for me to punch out and go hit this football practice.
All right, man.
Catch y'all later.
For hanging in there, dude. Thanks for the help.
No problem.
All right, later. Billy, I'm probably gonna be back tonight at 9 p.m. to do like Q&A stuff.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out. I'll probably post it as a live event. If I post it as an event, will it show up in everybody's feed?
It should. Anybody with a notification
should get what? Oh, I think we lost Billy Pipes.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now. There we go. Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me? Nope. Either way, guys, that is about it. I will be back at about 9 p.m. to do a live Q&A. So if you guys want to come back for that, it's Eastern Standard Time, Pennsylvania. So yeah, I'll see you guys then. Later.